in here, huh?
Welcome to the On Your Left podcast, brought to you by Trails of Mississippi, your ultimate guide to the thrilling world of trail running, hiking, and mountain biking. Join your host, Matt Clem, as we explore breathtaking trails, conquer challenging peaks, and dive into the adventures that await in the great outdoors. Get ready to lace up, gear up, and get inspired. Adventure is just around the corner. On your left.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 20, a highly anticipated episode. I think when we announced this, a lot of people really got excited, including the guests that we have on hand. Before we dive into all that, Daniel, how you doing, brother? Everything good?
Yeah.
You don't have, because we have too many guests. When are we going to get more mics?
You gotta get more sponsors.
When are we going to get more? Okay. All right. Well, one of our guests doesn't have headphones on, so it doesn't matter. Well, I hope you're doing well. This weekend is my anniversary weekend. So Brooke and I went down to Ocean Springs to the Peter.
How you doing?
No, we didn't go to your, not yours, but the what's the guy's name? The big artist down there. We went to the big art festival, and tons of people in Ocean Springs. So anyway, I'm back, and this episode is, before I break into it, hold on, I got to pull something out real quick because I got the Pinhoti guys on. Hold on, let me flex a little muscle. Can everybody see that?
Hey, how you looking?
I had to pull out my Pinhoti belt buckle from several years ago. I'll just wear that so people can look at it. How are y'all doing?
Not proper fashion. It's supposed to be lower.
Is it? Well, I don't think this belt fits me, to be honest with you. All right, so what we've got. All right, so tonight it's going to be super fun. We've got the winner and the runner-up from the male division. We've got Jake Russell. Who, to be honest with you, Jake, I had never even heard your name before. And then I was like, yeah, this guy locally, Jake Russell, wins.
Disrespectful.
We'll talk more about that. This was your first 100-miler?
Yes, first 100-miler.
Inaugural.
Had you ever run like you've been? We'll get into your running. Also, PK's here. Peter Kazery. Peter, you held the lead for a lot of the race in Pinhoti.
Just shy of a half. I think I took it 60 or something.
Yeah, I think 50. You beat him you passed him at aid station 57.
So from 57 until when?
95.
Not 90. It was
94.
93 or 4.
Yeah, it was like it was about a mile out from the last aid station.
The pass was on the road.
Yeah,
it was on the gravel road. Yeah,
I looked back and I just did a single take. I was like, oh, here comes
there
the
he
truck.
is.
No, it was 2 lights
because me and Chris were like this.
You were running. So Chris Mixon was pacing you.
Yeah.
And it to me, I just did a quick look back and I was like, oh, here comes the truck. I kind of scooted over some, and then I was just like, oh, there
it was them.
Yeah, they were.
I know the road.
Motoring. Yeah, they were flying.
Well,
I don't think I was crawling.
No, you weren't crawling. It was you were still running up the hill, but like when we got to the gravel roads, Chris reminded me. He was like, he was like, this is where you can like run really hard. And he told me to. He was like, don't worry about the last 4. We're gonna push and try to catch him in this 8. So I said, all right. And so that was everything. I mean, that was everything I had was in the 8 miles.
And your finish time was what?
19 hours, 40 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy. And yours was
1951.
6 minutes.
11.
Yeah.
That would not be 6 minutes.
6 minutes plus 5.
That would be right.
Mm-hmm. We are in the green room.
That's correct. Well, I mean, congratulations, both you guys. I will say this, people that I talked to, Peter, I didn't know, I put you guys both on the same couch, not knowing, but I heard you were a champ about it all, Peter.
I would not be more proud.
I mean, that's the first thing people said is how just, humble and just supportive and everything you were and all that.
Well, he's a good man. Chris, who was with him, another good man. Mm-hmm. That's 2 good men.
Yeah.
And it's just, shoot, when you're that late in a race, at least for me, I'm going to be supportive of whoever passes me. Just because you've been through so much with that race to that point. Has been when you're at that stage of a race, mile 94, 5, 3, whatever it was, when you're there, shoot, you want, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I think it was something like, go get them,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Because you never know. Like you still have 5 miles once or 4.5, whatever it is when you get to the last aid station.
Mhm.
And they talked about, Jake mentioned at the finish line, like he didn't know what I had. And that's what they're thinking. But at the same time, I'm thinking like, I know what I have. So I have to just still finish the race because that's obviously one of the most important parts when you get that late in. I mean, it's easy to over, I don't know, or put too much out there and then you're left with nothing. So I think it's you're dancing that.
I mean, I think it's
fine
awesome.
line.
Obviously, that just being able to complete 100 milers is a big deal.
For
But
sure.
the fact, you guys competing like that, it was really kind of neat to watch and all that. But if you want to later, we'll whoop his ass later.
No. Well, I think one thing, and I mean, I'll see what Jake says, but I think I benefited just as much knowing. Well, I really didn't know how close he was until I left the second to last aid station. That you were coming down the ridge, I think, and his crew was helping me, Cole and his wife and everybody else. They had my bag laid out. They didn't have to do that. So, I mean, it really shines right. Chris helped me a lot. And J Ray's crew helped.
Yes.
Simmons, all the, like Arash, everybody was helping. So it wasn't like, but all that to say, when I left the second to last aid station, Watershed, what's it called?
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
That's when I heard Cole said, he didn't even say Jake was coming down the hill, I believe. He said, the next runner's coming down the ridge, which is, I mean, you're really close to getting to the aid station. So I left out not knowing who it was, but also used that leverage to hold myself accountable to be running. So I would say Jake helped me just as much as, like you have that in your head saying, hey, I want to, and I don't know what he has, but at the same time, I know that he's a good runner, and especially having Chris with him, who's been through a lot and very wise. Just another really good runner like that just can help propel you.
Now, Jake, what other races have you run leading up to this? So your background, you're younger.
Yeah.
You're a MC grad,
Mhm.
just graduated a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So you're in your early mid-20s.
Yeah, 27.
We'll just say it's all because of that, Peter, right?
I
We'll just say
would. No, I mean, if anything,
okay, so this was your first 100 miler, but
Yeah.
what other ultras had you?
Yeah.
I mean, was this kind of like?
So kind of how I got here was, so in track, like in Mississippi College, I ran track, but when I ran at Mississippi College, my main events were more like the 400, 800. So I was a quicker guy. Didn't really think much of, I wasn't even that good at cross. Like, I mean, I was good at cross country, but not compared to some of our top guys. But I was helping crew Chris at Pinhoti last year, and I was like, man, this is really cool. Like, I really liked all the people that were there. I liked the community, the culture. So I was like, I'm gonna do this. And so I signed up for Fondren Urban Ultra, and then I signed up for Pinhoti like a week after or something like that. And it was like, not even thinking how hard it was going to be. It was just kind of like young ignorance, I guess. I don't know.
So Fondren was your first ultra?
Yeah. So leading up to Fondren, I was running track. So I was running like the 800, training for the 800 in track until like the day before I did a race, and then I did Fondren. And so Fondren was the most humbling, most learning experience I think I've ever experienced. I only ran like 52 miles and I cramped, and I walked pretty much the last 6 hours. So it was like not great, but it was a big learning experience. And then I signed up for a 50K in Huntsville, Alabama, with a lot of elevation, because I knew it'd be like kind of on par with Pinhoti. And I couldn't do Rebecca Mountain. So I decided to do that, and also cramped in that one, did not very good. So going up Pinhoti, my big goal was just not to cramp. But I told Chris this, and I told everyone, like, my goal was to break 24 hours. Like, there was no, like, people asked me, like, one of my roommates asked me, like, do you think you could win? I was like, there's no shot. I was like, I would have told you it was more likely for me to win the lottery than to win. I was like, I just want to finish. Going under a day would be fantastic. I trained really hard for it. and I trained with Chris and like David Slowick, and I even
Yeah.
did a couple long runs with Peter, but never would have thought I was going to win.
Wow. I mean, it's impressive, not just because of the distance, but also too, because a lot of people don't, and Ben McDonald, who's also here, your story is just as impressive, but we talked in beforehand about just the technicality of this race. Not only is the distance, but a lot of people don't realize that you're on single track for so much of it. And then also the footing is so sketchy.
Yeah.
Especially when you get further on in the race, like Wormy's Pulpit and all that, where you're basically just kind of running on large, skulls.
Yeah.
Some people would say that. You're just kind of running in like just
And
rock gardens.
And on top of that, when you're at Wormy's, you are on 70, 80-mile legs.
Yeah.
So it's
With like leaves everywhere.
Yeah, at some point that's if you do Rebecca Mountain or another, your legs are like on mile 30 or 40,
Sure.
like, or 20 or 30, where you put the technical trail on tired legs can really, like exaggerate that even more. And then most of the time it's either dark or first of the morning when you're going through there.
Well, congratulations, both you guys. I think it's awesome. I think the story is awesome. Ben, shout out. Ben finally got on the show. He's been bitching at me about not being able to get on the show. So Ben McDonald, you ran your first 100 after crewing for years and being around it. Ben's been around it forever. And finally you decided to break off and do your first 100-miler. And Pinhoti was the first one.
Yeah, kind of like Jake, you go and you see it and you're like, well, this is pretty cool. Like, people help you. And like, you go about 5 or 8 miles and people are handing you quesadillas and bacon. And we were watching a movie, and my wife, there was a scene in the movie. She's like, this makes 100 miles look pretty easy, doesn't it? I'm like, yeah, it was like a war movie. Anyway, spoiler, that's my recommendation. But, I mean, like, my training looks very different than Jake. I mean, I'm like, I need miles on trail. I need to get used to the rocks. I need to get used to this. I took years to work up to it. And, Jake's like, track, pondering. All right, let's go, So there are different ways to get there.
But how many years were you at, did you help out at Pinhoti, crew or pace?
I crewed twice at Pinhoti. I think I've crewed about 600s total.
Wise man.
Well, I mean, y'all know how tough it is. I knew I have to really want to do it before I want to sign up. I'm not going to just do it because my friends are doing it.
Yeah.
Even though it's a cool experience. I mean, yeah, you can go crew every year and still have fun and not have to train that much for it. But it was awesome. I mean, yeah.
Well, Ben, we have some pictures. Daniel, put up we have first and second place when these guys are, there it is. Yep. Right there at the finish line. And then
is that your headlamp, PK? That you're holding?
Well, I was taking it off, it was that time.
Just 11 minutes apart from one another. And then we've got Ben, who that right there, Ben, you look fresh.
I don't look too bad.
I heard that. What mile is that?
That's Porter's Gap, mile 70.
Mile 70. I heard you were having some questions.
So coming into this aid station, Josh Warren took me from Cheehaw Lake to Porter. So that was 43 to 70. So 27-ish miles. And of course I got slower to where there was more walking, less running. Come into Porter's, and Hal's about to take over, about to go up Pinnacle. It's 3 a.m.-ish. And in my mind, I mean, you train for so long for this and you go through the scenarios of what's going to happen, and you're going to go through low points. Well, I knew, so I had Josh Warren, Dave Parks, and Hal Sistrunk were my crew. They've all finished hundreds. I've crewed for them. And if one of them had not been there, I would not have finished. So I'm sitting down, and y'all saw that picture, and I didn't want to go on. I was trying to tell them that I wanted to sit there and just stop, but they wouldn't let me get the words out. They were like talking over me. So I couldn't even say.
That's a good
crew right there.
Yeah, exactly. So you see how he's just like, no, let's eat this. Let's drink this. We're going to walk. We're going to go. And I mean, I was so tired. I couldn't quite get the words out that I want to drop out. But in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, it's 3 a.m. Like, are we going to drive back? Who's going to drive? I'm already thinking of these scenarios. But thankfully, I had those 3 guys. And you know, like I said, very different journey to get there, and even different race than, you know, Peter and Jake. But oh man, that was a low moment. Yeah, and so this picture, I legit thought I looked normal. Like, hey, normal smile. I feel okay. Look at my what is going on?
You look normal, and dude, Ben,
I just aged 10 years.
Shoot, I would say your race. I don't know what Jake says, but as the race progresses, I mean, in some ways, I'd say it's harder because you're out there obviously longer. I mean, that's the most obvious thing.
Full disclosure, Ben got in with 15 minutes to spare under the time cap.
Yeah, and the last,
I mean, but
that though,
were y'all budgeting? Did you? I mean, like coming down, like the last aid station or two, where you had to know you were really close.
Well, coming into Bulls, right? So that's where Peter, Jake was coming to. So it's kind of a pivotal moment, if you will.
Oh yeah.
So that's like mile 88, Bulls Gap. I come down. I asked the guy that's like checking people on how much time do I have to be out of here. He said about 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not going to sit here for 50 minutes, maybe 5. So I'm like, I'm pretty good. 12 miles to go, whatever. Well, that last section, I'm trying not to just sit there and stare at my watch, but I think it was a half mile to a mile longer than we thought. Well, I'm walking. I mean, I've been walking probably since Porter's Gap.
How long is the last section?
From the last aid station?
Watershed to the last one. Remember, that's like 8 miles, isn't it? 7.9.
No. It's supposed to be 5. Yeah, because
that's the last.
No, from the second to last aid station to the last aid station.
Oh yeah, that's
like 7 or 8.
Okay, but I'm talking about the very last
to the finish. Yeah,
because you're going geographically sort of toward the finish line, and we heard voices, but we knew, you know, we're 2 or 3 miles away because the sound carries over the water. Well, then you just loop around, and then
a lot of loops.
And I mean, I'm struggling to get a 17-minute mile out.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But it's interesting, like, you know, these guys push at like red line levels for 19 hours. So that's tough. But then you got people like me in the back of the pack that are like, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just 2 different ways to finish. Obviously, both very tough. But
I think if you polled a bunch of people, they would say that you're tougher.
I wouldn't disagree.
30 hours of running sounds tough.
Because, be honest, PK would have quit.
I mean,
he knew because at that point, at that point he knew he wasn't winning.
That's not necessarily. Those are Matt's words, not my words. But I mean, to be transparent, I mean, I did drop out of Traveler a month before. Just sometimes
you were just getting ready for the showdown with Jake.
Exactly,
that's what it was.
But I mean, I would say at some point, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the words for it, your race, because it's. I mean, I haven't put myself through 30 hours of running, so I mean that's very, very impressive, and it's you know, it's something to hold your head almost higher about.
So for the most part, from Porter's, there was very little jogging or shuffling the rest of the way. 50K of walking.
Was it, were your feet, were they blistered? Did you have to lose some toenails?
Well, my quads are shot. You're kicking rocks, like literally kicking rocks, not the whatever the phrase means.
Yeah.
But, you know, and Hal's like, come on, let's shuffle a little bit. I'm like, I'm just going to walk fast. That's about all I can do.
Yeah, Hal told me he tried to get you to shuffle. You're
and
like,
that's the tough part because, I mean, I'm not even in a 5K, 10K near these guys, but I can, you know, run. Like you give me a half marathon or full marathon, I can pretty much run the whole thing. So when you know my running is over, but I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Again, like I'm not understating that the crew, if I had 2 of them and 1 person different, I don't think it would have gone that way.
I think, look, crews, big deal.
Oh.
Pacers is a big deal. PK, did you have a pacer?
Yeah.
Did you have a pacer towards
he
the
did
end?
not.
I did.
No, he didn't.
It was a spiritual pace.
No, but can I be honest? And I hate to. I think that could have been.
Oh, 100%.
Look,
I mean, that's part of the reason I dropped
Chris
out of
being
Traveler.
with you, I think that probably was the difference. Could have been
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
like when I tell well, Chris was the only experienced one in my crew, but I mean, like my crew, he was like my wife and then like a lot of my friends and Chris, man, like they were nonstop positivity. Like, and I don't think I would have been nearly as fast as I was without them. I mean, just all of them. And especially Chris going in that last 30 miles. I mean, that man
just well, he's clock watching and he knows where PK is.
He would not let me
motivated.
stop.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he was just giving everything I had. Like, I gave everything I had in that race, and I testified a lot that Chris in that last, like, especially last 18 miles, but even because I had a big low point going, like when we got from Pinnacle to Wormy, like that whole like section, I think it was like a 5 or 6 mile second. I was really struggling, but no, my crew definitely, and I was like, yeah, if you had a pacer, I'd definitely.
But it's really cool, and Josh Warren and I have talked about this, just the idea of like doing 100 totally unsupported. Like, when we say unsupported, we mean no crew, no pacer. Obviously, there's aid stations, but that's kind of a big deal. So some people like they gauge their hundreds off of what kind of like what's the support, and the fact that you did it uncrewed. I mean, well, you had people helping.
I did,
but
definitely.
You kind of did it uncrewed and unpaced. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean, that really is a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, and then to be transparent, it wasn't like it was a 1-for-1 on doing it. I've done multiple races where I did this. So I mean, it's and to Jake's point, going into the race, he sub 24. That was his goal. You don't. I think the 100 is the easiest race or the best race to be very cautious on just what's going to happen because it's 100 miles and you don't know. So I've failed several times, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know specifically at trying this. Either dropping out or just not having a day or, like having the support has been said, and Jake said, having that support of your crew, it clearly makes a difference. And just having a good game plan because the 100, something is going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's inevitable.
Well, the cool thing though about that race is that you guys have such a big group of guys that go every year. Yeah. I mean, David Simmons and, and Jay Ray and all them, and Harash was there and all these other people, Helen and Tiffany and Kara, all of them were there this year. And shout out to all them. Peter Davis went sub 24. That's a pretty big deal as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to them and all. But there were some heavy hitters there. I don't know if do you guys know who Megan Canfield is?
I saw the name because I'm obsessive about ultrasound. Like every day I'm like, who signed up?
Megan Canfield was there. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I don't know if she holds the record, but she's like in her 60s. And she has like top 10 finishes at Western States. She's like a 4-time Olympic marathon qualifier.
Yeah.
She's legit, dude.
Yeah, is legit.
She was there. Liza Howard, which I brought her name up. She coaches a bunch of people around here, and she won Leadville, and she has like a 15-hour 100 on her resume. Yes. So you had some legit people that were there. So the fact that you guys shared the course with these people, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
So
the first year I was there, you ran it.
That's right.
And was that the year Carl won it, Carl Meltzer?
He was there. I don't know if he won it or not.
I can still see him bounding over the road at that first aid station. Like headphones in, didn't stop, just
yeah.
The speed guy himself.
Yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, guys, I think it's awesome. The whole thing.
Can I share a story?
Sure.
So and texting friends, like, 100 miles or any, half marathon, whatever it is, that's real tough for you. It's very emotional and, you put a lot into it and you think, well, am I healthy enough? Am I going to make it? Something going to go wrong? And there's a lot of emotion there. The mental side of it's tough. Obviously the physical is tough. Had one kind of emotional moment coming out of Bull's Gap when I picked up Dave Parks for the last 12 miles. They had been texting and calling my wife and kind of updating her and stuff because she was like, y'all can have this one. The overnight thing, that's a little too much. So, so he was telling her, hey, we're waiting for Ben at mile 88. He's coming down the mountain, we think, or whatever. And so she, it's taking so long. You're like, is he going to make it? So anyway, she got really excited and we FaceTimed and all that stuff. But that was a little bit of emotion. Well, then the next day, was it Monday? Anyway, I was texting PK and he sends me a voice text that was like really sincere, really nice, and just complimenting my race. And like, I just lost it. Like my wife took off. She's sitting there and she doesn't know it. But I'm just like, I'm just bawling. He sends me this nice voice text, and she's just kind of giving me my moment. But so I say that to like show appreciation for PK and his nice words. But like the emotions just kind of, I guess kept them in, because I don't know if y'all saw my finish video. I was not excited. I was just ready to lay down, probably like y'all were, right? Y'all just collapsed too, huh?
I collapsed. I don't know.
Yeah.
He looked a little bit.
PK wanted to get in the sleeping bag.
I was telling, I knew that I had I had a sleeping bag because I rode down with Simmons and then I was riding back with J-Ray. So I knew I was going to have depending on what day I had, or I was going to have, I knew, it's kind of, I guess, promising myself I was going to get in a sleeping bag, but I was definitely ready to finish. I mean,
because when y'all
100
finished,
miles is 100 miles.
What time? 3 a.m.
I think with the time change, it's like 2.
Yeah.
So it's pretty chilly.
Oh,
like you finish, and then the chill is going to set in, right?
And
yeah. I was hot when I finished, but then like I got out in my chair and I was like, I want the heat tent.
Yeah, that was the heat tent. It was
nice.
It was very nice.
Who got third? Was that the guy carrying the poles the whole time?
No, that guy, he went for the course record, didn't he? That one guy.
Yeah, he Charlie, I forget his last name. I talked to him just for a second. Yeah, and he was super strong. For what I guess third or half the race.
Okay, yeah, I just remember early he was in the lead. So
no, the guy that got third, I talked to him for a while because I ran with him for a good bit. He's from Wisconsin. His name was Nate something, but he's from Wisconsin. But he was a really nice guy too. I talked with him for a while about life stuff.
It's really cool. Do we got somebody logging in? Okay. So we're gonna pivot for a second. Hats off to everybody with Pinhoti, and we're gonna get back to Pinhoti because I want to know all about like y'all's gear and what y'all ate, and all the little things there. But this weekend, guys, was the Mamba 100 in Memphis, which we also knew a bunch of people that went up and ran it. In one of our earlier episodes, we had Selena Daniels come on, and Selena, just like Ben, just like Jake, and never run a 100-miler. And she put it out there on TikTok that she was going to be training for her first 100. So, she went and ran this weekend up in Memphis. So she let me know, I guess.
Hey,
she is. Selena, how are you, sweetie?
I am fantastic.
Well, cool. You're on live. I've got Ben McDonald, and I have the first.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Selena.
I've got the first and second place of finishers of this year's Pinhoti, Jake Russell,
nice.
Peter Kazery. I wanted to bring you on. Look, we're not going to keep you on, but maybe just a minute. But I really wanted to bring you on to congratulate you on the effort at Mamba. You didn't make the ultimate goal, but you did do 100K.
I did. Lessons learned.
Look,
yeah.
PK and we've already decided that we're just not going to mention the K. We're just going to say you ran 100. And that's all anybody needs to know. Okay. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Are you in the car now driving back?
I am. I just made it back into town a few minutes ago. And so I pulled over real quick so I could make this quick phone call.
The video and the audio is not terrible.
Oh, good.
I was texting back and forth with you earlier, and you said that you said kind of like Ben, he was like, I'm never doing this again. But then you get in the car and now you're already planning on which one you're going to go ahead and do next.
Yeah. So funny that evening when I finally pulled, I was like, that's it. I don't know that I'll ever do this again. And then as we were driving back, I realized I started marking down all the things that went extremely well and that the things I know I need to plan for to make me more successful. And so I'm already getting it ready.
Do we have a race in mind?
No, not yet. I've got a plan. And see which one. I hate to back off since I'm already trained up, and maybe I can tweak.
You build up such a tolerance, right? And it's like you've already trained up. Let's go ahead and pivot and do another one. I'm going to go ahead and put you in the MS 100.
Amen.
Well, let's go ahead and put you in that. What is it, like 3 months, right? Is that about 3
March?
To March, right?
Early March.
Early March. We go ahead and put you in that, and we'll go ahead.
Yeah, that's right before Run the Rainbow. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
You're not doing anything right then. That's fine. You're not going to be busy at all.
Right.
Let's go ahead and do that. But I'm not going to keep you. But look, Selena, we just wanted to congratulate you.
Man, I had a blast.
Well, look, what you did leading up to it is very inspiring to a lot of people. And, look, sometimes we don't reach the ultimate goal, but it's not about the finishing.
No.
It's about what you had to do to train for it. So the whole journey that you did was fantastic, and you need to be commended for that. So, we wanted to bring you on real quick just to congratulate you. And we're going to bring you back on before Run the Rainbow and before your
awesome.
camp at the MS 100. We'll bring you on for that.
All right, guys. You guys are amazing. I'll see y'all soon.
Congratulations. See you later, okay? Heal up. All right. Well, that was pretty cool. So I'm glad we were able to. Daniel, that worked out pretty well. Good. So anyway, Mamba 100, I think it was a little warm up there.
Probably. Yeah.
Quite a few people were in that one.
Tracking a little bit on the live tracker.
Well, Jackson Wolf. Did Jackson Wolf?
I think he won.
He did.
The results said, kind of like y'all's results were wrong. It had somebody in first and him in second at like sub-13s or something. So I don't know what his time was.
I don't either. I just saw he posted something like.
But I think he did win it.
Yeah, first overall. Do you know Jason Week or Jackson Wolf? They're the same person, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, he won. He's from here, and he moved out west. So,
but I did that 100K last year.
Mm-hmm.
Really well done race.
Is it
good aid stations?
Not the same type course though. Is what you did.
No, it's
no, sir.
Quite different.
No, sir.
There are not many hills or rocks.
No, it's just a straight loop.
There's no mountains.
Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, pretty much a loop, but a really good race. So I recommend that as well.
So Jake, I want to know what was your gear situation going into Pinhoti? Don't tell me you wore like track shoes.
No. No, I did a lot of miles with Chris Mixon, and also I did a lot of miles with David Slowick. So, I mean, I talked their ear off for many miles around Ridgeland mountain biking trails and the floors and stuff. So, I ended up getting the belt that I used was like the naked belt.
Yes.
Thing. Dude, Chris told me to get it, and I was like, I don't know. I already have one. He's like, yours was shaking a lot. Get this one. So I tried it. Man, best $55 I ever spent in my life.
Did you go with one or two flask?
Two flasks. So I had one in the front, one in the back, one with tailwind, one with just water.
This a waist belt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
waist belt.
It's like that's Ben. You and I will. I mean, we have Ben.
I need a lot more liquid.
Ben and I are carrying luggage. We got so much. We're not doing a waist belt, dude. Yeah. No, you and I, we're carrying everything. We're like we're going on a through hike or something.
Yeah.
So you had the naked belt, which is I've heard a lot of good things.
Dude,
so
it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then my shoes were the La Sportiva Product Joe Pros or something like that.
Oh, that's very bougie of you.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I've never.
To order those. You're not getting those around here.
But no, I used those the whole time. I never changed. I brought a couple extra shoes just in case, but I did a sock change at mile 43, and then that was about it.
Were you gelling it the whole time? Just doing gels?
I wanted to eat a lot of regular food, but at right after Cheehaw Lake, so mile 44, I was with one of my pacers, and I was eating a potato and took one bite. I guess it went down the wrong pipe, and all my watermelon and everything I just threw up immediately. And so from that point on, I couldn't eat any more solid food. And so I was, just gels and tailwind the whole time. And I could still eat watermelon because it went down really easily.
Sure.
But that was pretty much the only things I could eat.
No poles. Nothing.
No poles. No.
PK, you were similar too. You had a waist belt.
I did the Aspire, the newer Aspire. It has the two hard bottles in the back. So then it has it's I guess their newest release of the pack. It's the Speed Goat, maybe 3.0. I forget what it is, but it's got two side pockets for storage and then one in the back, and then you can put a phone or
the Ultra Spire one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ultra Spire.
One did seem like it wanted to stay tight.
It did. I did adjust it a lot, but honestly, it's an amazing, and I got to give a shout out to J Ray at Traveler. It was rubbing my back real nice. but not real nice, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got it.
And he made the recommendation to get the waterproof KT tape. I put two spots right above or lower back, and money in the bank.
What kind of shoes were you wearing?
Older Brooks Caldera. It's like the last pair I have. I think it's maybe the 3 or the 4.
When was the last time that you got new shoes, Peter?
I'll get new shoes. They were just
okay.
They were.
You just seem like the kind of person that probably was wearing trail shoes from like 3 years ago.
I do have some older ones, but
okay.
I mean, I think it's really important going into 100 to have a newer, maybe not brand new pair, but I think you benefit from the shoe being more alive, if that makes sense. Like not as beat down, because especially on the course we were on, you're putting your shoe through a lot. So I mean, having a shoe that has a younger life to it per se, you can get a lot more from that shoe. So
what did you take in for nutrition? What was in your water bottle? Bottles?
I did EFS Pro, but I honestly didn't do. I really did a lot of water. I did salt caps with caffeine. Shout out to Ben Ulmer. He was. I usually don't do calf, but he was like, "Oh, it made a little bit of a difference," so I did that. And then I did Goose, Huma, and there's a new Huma that Fleet Feet has over Ridgeland. I'm sure it's at both locations, but it was the Huma, with carbs. And I did that. I had 3 of those I picked up. I did one strategically, like one right after Morgan Lake, another one after Adams Gap, and then another one. But the carb gel was nice.
And you had drop bags everywhere, right?
Yep, I did drop bags.
Got one in here, actually.
Yeah, one's here.
Ben brought one of his drop bags.
It's made its rounds. We tried to pass out the gels last night.
Yeah, Josh.
You didn't do drop bags, so you had crew.
I did one at like doing that long 25-mile section. That was it.
Okay. Ben, tell us about your gear. What all did you have?
So started out Speed Goat 6, had less than 100 miles on it, so it was broken in. And I had run in a Speed Goat 6 before, so it wasn't even a new shoe, even though it only had 50 miles. Had a Speed Goat 5 I changed into at Cheehaw Lake, changed socks, went to a long sleeve shirt, which it was still daylight, but it got cool. But yeah, I had a pack on, which people are hating on my pack. It's only 10 years old.
You got like an old Nathan iCloud or what? No, not iCloud.
Old Navy.
It's a Nathan Vapor Air.
Vapor Air.
Probably the original. And
very nice.
Yeah. So
you used your free Fleet Feet.
I mean,
when you're working there,
probably. So tailwind in the hydration bladder. Then I had a big bottle with water because I knew I can't go all tailwind. So like go back and forth. And my plan, was to go solid food at the aid stations, potatoes, bacon, PB&J, and then have like a gel. I had those Humas that PK had, the high carb ultra Huma, and some chews, and then these little bites. I think that we get them at Costco. They're called Heavenly Hunks. As Kara said, is that the name of y'all's crew, the Heavenly Hunks?
That's right.
And but I ended up not eating many of the chews. I guess, the food was sustaining me. And then eventually I just got to where my mouth got real dry. I think maybe the salt. And so I'd put one chew in my mouth just to try to keep, my mouth from drying out too much. But, and then, doing liquids at the aid stations, whatever, some Coke or some ginger ale or ramen or broth, and then my crew had half and half Powerade. That's my secret. If you want to finish toward the back, half and half Powerade.
Look, don't hate on look, we can talk about all these different. You know what hits better than anything is damn orange Gatorade. Just straight up
the
orange
original?
Gatorade.
Yeah. You had to put it in a glass bottle.
Yes.
From like 1984.
Orange.
Time out. It's just because he's a Florida fan.
That's it.
Can y'all see the jorts that Matt's
Speaking
wearing?
of which, I am wearing jorts today. I did it for Ben.
Didn't y'all? We won't.
We'll talk about who your next coach is going to be.
We won't rub that in.
Okay. You took polls.
I took polls, got them at Adams Gap, 57. So, I'd crewed this race twice, counting crewing and like training runs. I'd probably done 150 miles on the course. So I kind of knew all right, 57, it's going to be dark, 10 p.m., whatever. You're going on the Jeep road, so it's not like you have to have the poles, but the one I wanted it on was that Chandler Springs climb. Did y'all run that? The water only station at like 60 or 65?
Yeah, that was my best section. I never stopped.
You ran up that?
Yeah, that for some.
Is that like the little waterfall that you kind of go across, right?
I mean, this climb to me is the steepest on the course.
It is.
I pretty much ran. Yeah, that whole section, like it was. I remember it being really steep and some really hard stuff, but for some reason I was feeling really, really good.
That's the one that we called the damn hill. Remember that? That's the damn hill. Right before you kind of get to Porter's Gap. Yeah, it's tough.
Oh,
yeah.
So I tried to make it easy on the crew, like get real specific. Like they're like, we kind of met, and anything you like or don't like, I'm kind of the opposite of Jake. I'll take a potato, French fry, any potato type food anytime.
Sure.
Like when I wake up, when I go to bed at mile 70, mile 30, whatever, just potato, salt. Except my crew, Dave gave me a potato. He's like, I think I might have put too much salt on it. And dude, I couldn't even eat it. It was too salty. But I made little Ziploc bags with, one of everything to replenish, just to make sure I had stuff in my vest, different things to choose from. But yeah, I was trying to sustain myself on.
How are your poles? Do you feel like the poles help?
I love them.
If they can get a little cumbersome.
Well, for me, it helps. I mean, if you're doing 50K, the last 50K, and you're walking the whole way, even though I had pacers, it does get boring. So it just kind of helps me, like, timing, like, when
did you have them out the whole time, or did you throw them back and forth in a quiver? Or
no, I had them out, but I would carry them in one hand
if
I ran, which really didn't happen.
What kind did you have?
They're the Black Diamond Distance Z.
So you had straps.
Yep. So you go in the bottom, just anchor down. Yeah, I love them.
I do too. I've got a pair of those, and I did decide to try. So I just bought a pair a couple months ago of the Lecky with like the handle, like the straps. I don't know if I'm a fan or not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I love these. I mean, I didn't want to start with them because Ulmer had told me, like, you don't want to like depend on them too much.
Yeah.
But I knew at that point it'd be good to get them.
Well, my thing is kind of like, look, I would love just to be able to run with a spa belt, or whatever, because you're obviously carrying less and you got less to worry with. But, for you and I that are more mid to backpackers, it's it's imperative that we take all our crap with us. So, but the thing with the poles though is it can kind of, I don't know. I mean, you carry them too early, you get tired of carrying. It's just something else you got to fool with. So, pretty cool. Well, what were the conditions like? It seemed like the weather was great. It wasn't like wet really or anything like that.
I would say the conditions were like almost perfect.
Yeah,
I agree.
And that was, I think I was looking back at some of this social media stuff. People were like, "Oh, well, this could be a record-breaking year."
Yeah,
and I think it could have been, but I would agree with both of them. The weather was amazing. That
I agree with that, but you know what? A lot of people didn't really do. I mean, y'all did great, obviously. Sub 20s, pretty badass. But there was a lot of people, and I don't know. Maybe it's because we're getting older. I guess I think that's probably it. We're all getting older, but I know people that have run it before. Their times were not what they were.
Yeah,
and so it seems.
I would say some parts of the trail were the leaves, or I think it's really like it's always gonna be a lot of leaves on Pinhoti because this is that time of year where they're down. But there were some very like from Pinnacle to Watershed, it was the leaves were out. And then I had something crazy with the cold weather. I don't see here in Jackson, we haven't had much cold weather, right?
Until tonight.
Well, once I left Pinnacle, my eyes started getting like foggy from the cold.
Yeah.
And Jake, you said you got it when, or you had the same thing.
Like it was throughout the thing, but like I do remember it getting foggy. I didn't know if it was because of the cold weather or just because I was running 100 miles. But like
no, my eyes were foggy from Pinnacle.
How long did they stay foggy?
The rest of the way.
Really?
You know, probably like you should be asleep now.
You know what's wild is
it was just their cold.
I've had that issue. I've had it. I had to pull out of Leadville because of that. But mine, we called it corneal edema.
Yeah. Well, what do you do? like to heat up your eyes?
Well, I was wearing contacts. You know, it's funny thing. So I wore contacts, and I blamed it on the contacts.
Yeah.
But I went and ran Mountain Mist this past year, and obviously I was not wearing contacts. I was just wearing running glasses, and they fogged up then. Yeah. So I think probably for me, I can't use like regular like OptiView eye wash like for contacts. I have to use like straight saline. Yeah. So I think for me it's just carrying like a little bottle and just hitting it. I don't, you know.
What was the temperature at Mount Mist when they were fogging up?
It was cold.
Remember?
It was cold.
Yeah,
I mean it was pretty cold. So so in Leadville I think it was kind of chilly too. So yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's just your eyes, the optic pressure or something, and you not blinking. Because, you know, especially on that trail, you better not blink too much.
I think it was like, it might happen at night. That's what it was. So I think it was like at night with like just staring at the ground, making sure. And maybe it was just not blinking very much. And then I'm just like, like everything got really blurry. And then I was like, but it wasn't like so blurry I couldn't like tell anything. But it just was really foggy, I guess, more or less.
It's pretty common. I mean, there's a lot of people like, I think I saw where Courtney DeWalter had the same issue on several of her races where she basically went blind. I know Jeff Browning, that's why he switched over. He wears Rudy Project glasses, you know, to kind of help with the venting and all that. So
and there's probably some money involved.
A little bit.
I
did get his discount code, by the way.
Oh, well.
Yeah, because he ran Pinhoti one year. And he gave me the discount code for Rudy Project. So
tell him Jeff Browning sent you.
That's right. Well, all right. So what are we thinking now? Like, you guys are a week out. You guys sitting here before we started, you were talking about your toes. Jake, you said you don't have any feeling in one of your feet.
Yeah, both my feet are kind of numb.
Very nice.
Yeah,
that's not ideal.
Not ideal.
Have any of you? Have we been running since then? Anybody run any?
I've been walking.
Yeah,
you run
bike. I did
PK, you probably did 10 today, didn't you?
No, I respect the 100.
Okay.
I mean, there's no and it's just you beat your body up pretty healthily, or unhealthily, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, I've walked, did a bike ride, did some trail work, so nothing.
Active recovery.
Yeah, active.
Just
keep moving.
So what are we thinking about next?
Oof.
Well, are we like Selena? Y'all got in the car and started thinking, man, I'm never doing that again. And then you get in the car and you're like, okay, well, what do we want to do now?
Yeah. When I got into the car, I was like, man, doing this every year, man, this takes a lot out of you. And so, but then I was
doing it every year. You guys, PK over here does like 4 a year.
I know, exactly. Maybe my body will build up to that, but I was like, "Ooh, this is tough." But then, like on Tuesday, I wanted to run again. I knew I shouldn't, so I haven't. But like, yeah, I've been. I signed up for my next 100K yesterday.
Where?
California. My brothers live in San Francisco.
Oh, okay, all right.
So it's like a 2-hour drive, and one of my oldest brothers, Shane, wants to watch me run one, and so he's gonna help crew that one.
Very
it's called like I think it's a golden ticket race for Western States, but we ain't gonna try to win. But
it's
like Canyon 100K.
Yeah,
Black Canyon 100K.
That's a great one.
That's in Arizona. Right. Wait, the Black Canyon?
No, I think just Canyon.
Just Canyon. Oh, okay.
Like, just Canyon 100K.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, all of y'all have a ticket for
Western.
Yeah, Western States.
Did you put it in?
No. Do I need to?
You need to.
Just
because
Ben, you
have
a ticket for Western.
Right.
States.
You should put it in.
You have to put it in.
You have to.
Well, yeah, I guess I have to. I know I can't go because of a work.
You can defer.
You defer.
Yeah.
So
you should put it in.
You got to.
And then I'm like, am I ever gonna run another 100?
Yeah. If you got to Western States, you would.
Yeah.
Well, probably. So then my wife was like, "Well, then who's gonna crew for you?" I'm like, I mean,
well,
you got to Western States.
Let's that bridge. Okay,
right.
we don't care about how you feel, but the most important thing
Matt doesn't care about how I feel.
Do you have the hall pass by the wife? Is she okay with the idea of you doing another one? Because that's the only thing that really matters.
Well, she said she's okay with me putting in for the lottery.
Okay,
let's go. That's a yes.
Which is
actually training and running for another one. That's not a discussion for right now.
Yeah. Got it.
Which we don't have kids. PK's got 2 kids. You don't have kids, do you?
No kids.
But
he said he might take one of mine.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm with you. I mean,
yeah. PK walks around in 100-mile shape. I have to take 6 months to get up to it.
Dude, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you on that. I wish I could just like these two assholes over here, just roll out of bed and just sub 20. You and I,
Hey,
it's like
to get that diesel engine going.
Yeah, there was a lot of swings over here, and Jake went into the 100 with the right. You couldn't have. That's the right attitude going into your inaugural 100 with just to finish, and then you have a day and you capitalize on the day. Shoot, you crushed it.
Like after Fondren Urban Ultra, like I was scared. Like I was like, what did I get myself into? I was like, and from that point on, like it was like waking, because I mean, after that, I was like, no, I got to train for this. And so for the next, from there till Pinhoti, like even every morning I woke up, whether however tired or what else, I was like, it's going to suck more if I don't train. Like this was going to suck way more if I don't get up and run.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
any of y'all have coaches?
Chris Mixon. I mean, not really coach, but like, you know,
just buddies.
Yeah. Just, I just talked to like, again, Chris and David Slowick. I mean, I talked to them, talked their ear off about everything. Like I wanted to know. And then even PK, I ran a long run, a couple with him, and just talked to them. I wanted to know everything I could.
Did you have a plan? Did any of y'all have like an actual,
I had a training plan.
I kind of had.
Did you like go on Runner's World and like subscribe and get one, or where did you get it from?
No, I probably just Googled. It's Heart Endurance Coaching. I don't know her first name, but got a lot of credentials, a lot of letters behind her name, and it kind of fit with what I did for Mamba as far as what I knew I liked to do, like with a couple of strength days a week, and I modified it a little bit. And I mean, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's sticking to a training plan.
Yeah. They're great because you feel like there's accountability.
Right. Like, what you're doing the next day.
Sure.
I mean, not to discount having a coach. I mean, a coach would be the next level to adapt the plan, but
sure.
I knew I needed to have one to have that structure.
Is there anything that you guys think you maybe could have done different or better? Anything that you maybe, as far as training or anything leading up to it, that you think you could have done different?
I guess it just depends. I think we're all obviously our own individuals.
Sure.
So I mean, to me, always is for me. It's you can do. You put in your mileage. You do strength work, but then you don't do enough flexibility. Like it's hard to get every piece right.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say I did. Maybe I did better at my strength work this time. I had a really good base, but like there's just that in between of the strength, getting a little bit more early on, several months before the 100. So you really benefit from it. And it's just a hard balance to get.
Well, I don't think you guys should have any regrets. Let me just say that. I mean, you guys accomplished what you guys did was awesome. I'm just
right. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just sick. I'm always over evaluating or analyzing.
Well, like
things
PK was kind of alluding to, if you do more of something, you're going to do less of something else.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not training. It might be like for PK, less time with the kids, or less time with your wife, or less sleep. Something's going to give. There's give and take. And I thought about that leading up to it. Could you? I mean, mileage wise, I think I did the plan, as well as you could. But if you go a little too far, then it's like, well, am I risking injury? So, it's not always good to do more in training. I mean, you have to know your body, know how many miles you can take, how much weight you can put on when you're squatting or doing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you have to know yourself.
I think the biggest part for me was like knowing yourself, but also it's like when you're doing the running and the weight training, all that, like for me, it was like in college, like I never really got injured, but as soon as I got out of college, like I started getting injured more, and it was like eating right, eating enough carbs. Like I think the first time I started doing like my biggest mileage week, I lost like 3 or 4 pounds. I was like, that's not good. So then it was like eating right, sleeping well, like recovering, like all these things that lead up to not, is that the more you recover, the more you can do. And so that was mine, was like managing that balance. Like I want to go run a marathon every weekend, but I got to make sure that, I can spend time with my wife, spend time with my friends and recover well and stuff. So it's managing all that. It's really, really hard, but it was enjoyable though.
Yeah.
Well, guys, congratulations to all of you. I think it's really cool. I mean, seriously, I was really excited about this episode, bringing you all on, because Pinhoti means a lot to me as well. Jake, I've run it twice, and it's a great race.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They did a fantastic job. Like I think that race,
amazing.
I think that race, it sets itself up so much to just, like all we ever do is talk great about it. And then once again, we talk great about it, and what happened? They did it. They killed it again.
How much
they're amazing.
Sorry. Yeah, we're fine.
So talking about, volunteers kind of doing more. We ran through a swarm of bees. Did y'all run through like the bees around my?
I heard about
Yellow Jackets are really bad right there.
Something like that.
I didn't. Yeah.
So
I did.
They were running too fast, Ben.
Well,
they went right by that.
Yeah,
but yeah, the Yellow Jackets are all up in the ground right
man. So I was Thomas Callan and I were together. We're very similar. We finished close. I think he was 10 minutes ahead of me. So first 43, we stayed together the whole time, which was great. It's kind of like having our own pacer. Well, around mile 20, he's like, "Oh shoot, I just got stung." I'm like, "Oh man, that sucks." I'm like, I don't really feel a whole lot of empathy because I didn't get stung. Well, then like 2 minutes later, it's just like chaos, like freaking fighter pilots, just like pew, pew. And I mean, he got stung like 7 or 8 times. I got stung 5 or 6.
Oh gosh.
And thankfully we were kind of going downhill. I'm like, run if you can, run if you can. So I mean, we're probably doing like a 10-minute pace sprint down this hill. And then the people we kind of get to, they gotten stung. Helen got stung once on the ankle. We
cut her sock, didn't it?
Yeah, we saw these 2 hikers coming up. And we're like, y'all probably shouldn't go that way because they were going. I mean, they're walking. They're going uphill. We get to the next aid station, the one we kind of go up the gravel road at like, again, mile 23 or something.
Naked aid station.
And we're like, hey, do y'all have? And they didn't have anything, but the next one had. A lady went into her car and got stuff for our bites and stuff.
That's awesome.
But, man, like. It just made you mad, like I'm trying to do 100 mile and freaking bees just pounding me. But yeah, the volunteers, the crew, our crew, the aid station volunteers, it's such a good event. So if y'all are anybody listening, thinking about Pinhoti,
Pinhoti's amazing.
The aid stations are so nice.
Yeah.
Their people are nice.
And too, like if you map out those aid stations, I was kind of thinking about it. There was like different food at every one, like different. There was, I think they doubled burgers at Cheehaw and Porter. No, not Porter's. The one going up the first dirt road. There was burgers both there, but I mean the food was amazing.
Look, the one at mile 50 with all the big screens and everything. One year I ran it, they had vegan pizza.
Let's go.
I mean,
Adams.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Vegan pizza. I was vegan at the time. I was like, yeah.
You converted back.
Huh?
You converted back to carnivore?
I got 3 kids, dude. There was no way I was going to be vegan that long. I was vegan for like 2 years. Well, all right. Well, guys, y'all are okay. So Western States is the next one.
We're just putting in. We're not in Western States.
Unless you got some pull, man.
No, I don't. Jason, we got in with 1 damn ticket.
Come on, that's why y'all need to do it.
I'll put. I mean, the goal is to run it one day. So.
Or you could be Ricky Overton. He's got like 80. He's got so many damn tickets. Also, Leadville opens on December 1st, the lottery. So you guys can
sounds hard.
Get in that one too.
Is that a free and there's no limits on
it? Is lottery.
It's just
a lottery.
It's just an open lottery. Yeah.
You just okay.
And they don't charge you unless you get picked. So and they pick right after the first of the year. So you guys can get in that. PK, that race has your name all over it.
Yeah, I'm
very runnable course, and it's a back and forth. That's just out and back.
Remember Jake's here too because
Jake
has his name written
Jake can do it too.
But I'm looking at Cruel Jewel.
That just looks awful.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Is that the one that is some weird ass distance? What's the distance?
No, I think you get like 106.
Oh, still 100.
They have a pointless out and back.
No, there one over there. What's the other one?
The one thing that y'all are skipping is I think it's 32,000.
Yeah, 30,000 plus.
Yeah, that's
double the elevation of Pinhoti.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Is that the one where they give you a railroad spike?
No, that's
a death race.
You might
the Georgia death race. That's what it is.
You feel like you got a railroad spike through your head or through your legs.
32,000.
It's healthy
for 100 miler.
Yeah, you'd be out there for a minute. You might be out there for 30 hours.
We went out to last year. We went out to Wasatch. I crewed. Josh Warren and Helen went in Wasatch, which is in Salt Lake City, and the first 50K had like over 10,000 feet. It's awful. It's not even.
I like how humans just love to beat
these people aren't right in the head, are they?
Stupid. Well, guys, again, congratulations, and yeah, hats off to everybody else. I couldn't get. There was a bunch of people that finished that race.
Yeah, huge Mississippi crew, and to that.
And by the way, Mississippi did
go 1-2
in the minute.
I was pretty happy.
Did we talk about that?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna win at some point, but I do remember I was like, I can get second, and going Mississippi going 1-2. That's gonna be pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I was thinking about that. I guess after the fact, the likelihood of that ever happening, like Matt, when y'all started doing Pinhoti, it was you would never have been like, oh yeah, one day there'd be Mississippi 1-2. Not that it's a huge thing, but it's a really cool thing.
I mean, at that time, I think Brower had done it a few times, and I know he was sub 24 a bunch, but he was never like in contention with some of those dudes,
And then like on the same Mississippi foundation or whatever you want to say, you had everybody from this Jackson, Central Mississippi area finished it this year. You have, like, if we go through the list, Jake, myself. After that, was it Peter Davis?
Yeah. PK went sub 24.
PD.
That's PK.
PD. My bad.
Who else? Let's work through J. Ray, Josh
Baker,
David Henry.
David Henry
missed him. He was
right
behind PD. And then you had
Helen Summerford,
which was cool that I was with
Helen. By the way, snuck in like low key, just signed up.
I knew she would. But the first year I went,
we sign up. It's like, we're promoting it all year long. Like, this is our journey. Helen just slides in like 12th hour, just
2 or 3 weeks,
2 or 3 weeks in, just low key signs up.
When did she pick up her pacer? I think it was 75. I think I'm almost positive.
I think you're right.
There were some issues with the crew we won't talk about.
Well, and then so let's don't leave anybody out. So then Ben, and it was Ben and
which Thomas is
Thomas. Well, he's still from.
We still count Thomas.
Yeah, he spent some time here, but that's a healthy. I mean, the fact that everybody from the Jackson area started and finishes, I think is really cool. Yeah. It's a good testament.
Well, hats off to all of you guys.
Big question is, when are we going to do Pinhoti again? Next year? No,
you have to go back.
I have to go back.
PK has to because his tag says Pinhoti.
Yeah, well, and it'll be my 6th year, but it will be my chance to finish 5. So
tattoos? Have we?
No, I'm getting a temporary tattoo.
You already have one, don't you?
No,
you don't have a Pinhoti tattoo?
No,
I thought you did.
I'm a tattoo virgin.
I'm getting one though. 2 weeks.
There we go.
Me, Chris Nixon is getting his.
Where are you going?
Electric Dagger.
Okay. Yeah, get Iron Mike.
Yeah. Yep.
Iron Mike could do it. He did mine. I have one on my bicep.
He's done already 3 of my tattoos now. So.
There it is. Iron Mike. Ben. Taylor won't care. You already have an Iron Man tattoo, don't you?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, no.
Get you one. Get you one.
No, I think it's cool that y'all get tattoos.
No, I didn't. I mean, okay. But there's a healthy community. You have J. Ray,
31 and a half hours.
Yeah. And then Chris and Jake. Who else? Does Helen or Tiffany have one? No, Helen? No.
Helen does not have a Pinhoti tattoo.
She might be getting one now.
She might.
David Simmons got some.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah, there's a healthy.
There you go. All right. Well, let's start wrapping this up. Okay. So now we can't do Song of the Week anymore because of the copyright monster.
Big Brother's watching.
That's right. So now we have, Daniel, do you have the music queued up? The recommends. That's not it. No, wait, you don't remember the recommends jingle? We had one last time. So ring or something like that.
Peter's got a few jingles.
The recommends. There it is. Recommends. Jay couldn't hear that. He didn't have headphones. All right. So this could be whatever. Anything you recommend. It could be a restaurant. It could be a book. It could be a TV show.
I'll go first.
Whatever.
So I'm gonna do book, band, and movie.
Okay, you're only allowed one. Man, this is an hour show.
I can do however many I want.
Okay, go ahead.
My agent said. So book, it's just the 2 that I'm reading now. One's called American Prometheus. It's the Oppenheimer book, the book that inspired the movie Oppenheimer. Okay. Really well done. And I just picked up Ranger Confidential, Andrea Langford. it's behind the scenes life of a National Park Service park ranger, like what really happens. I've read one of her books before. It does a really good job. Band, I'm gonna say Mountain Grass Unit, bluegrass young guys from Birmingham, and I actually got to meet them in Wyoming. And anyway, they're good stuff. And then movie, the last movie we watched was 1917, World War I movie. Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
The film work is just great because they make it look like it's one take, even though they said the longest they did a take was about 7 minutes, but really well done. My wife was like, it's a little too much because it's
a crazy movie.
It's a war movie, but well done. So
very nice. Jake, what do you got?
Well done.
For mine is I guess it's just a book. It's called The Examined Run.
He's playing the music again.
Yeah.
The Examined Run.
Yeah. It's I forget who the author is, but it's this woman who does ultras, and I think she's pretty good. But she talks about the virtues and vices of what it like running, and what like how running basically just makes you just a better human in general, especially endurance running.
I love how Jake is just now starting to scratch the surface.
Sabrina
Like
Whittle.
he has no idea of any ultra runners. He's just like starting to dip his toe into it. Isn't that awesome?
Hey, that's the best way because
that is.
You set your
Ignorance.
own bar.
Jake's ultra sign up like a year from now is going to be insane. He's going to be signed up for anything.
I mean, I've said it. I think one of the best analogies for Jake is it's like you are at Home Depot or at Ace or wherever you would go get that oven. You're like, okay, this oven has a ceiling of like 1,000 degrees or whatever. Like you are not even where you're setting your, the temperature. You're like you it's a really cool process that you're a road journey, and the fact that you're wanting to continue is an awesome thing, and not that it's just
he has the talent. There's no doubt, and most importantly, he's like half my age. All right, PK, what do you got?
I've got. Let's see. I think
so Jake's nickname is the Oven now.
The Oven.
The Oven.
Let that man cook.
I got a song. I've been throwing it down their throat. The Payback by James Brown. It's amazing. I mean, it's a classic.
James Brown.
Yeah, James Brown, The Payback. I mean,
not Double Dutch Bus.
That's a great song too, but like this one just keeps coming to the top. The Payback, James Brown. And then the book I have, I've been mentioning it to several folks, but it's called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry.
Oh, that's such a good book.
By John Mark Comer. And the story how I found this book is kind of cool. I was listening to the Rich Roll podcast, and he had the guest on where he was talking about his book, and the author, the book, I forget what the book's called, but it was his book got really famous because the wide receiver for the Eagles was reading it.
Oh, AJ Brown was reading on the sideline.
Yep, or no, on the sideline in the locker room before a playoff.
Well, he was
game.
Reading. They showed him in a game reading.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me.
And that was the book.
Yeah, that was no. He was not reading The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, but the author of the book that homeboy was reading it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he just mentioned it subtly in that Rich Roll podcast that was like influential in some sort for his book. So I've read it. My wife's read it. I know a bunch of people read it.
Yeah, I read it. It's my wife's
a killer
read it.
book.
It's a super easy read too.
Yeah, and it's a reread too.
Yeah, and it's super practical, super good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And it's very faith-based.
Well,
if you're into that.
What are your recommendations?
Well, I would ask Daniel, but he doesn't have a damn mic. Mike, Daniel, what do you got?
We can transpo. Circle back.
We're gonna start. Okay, he doesn't have one right now. For me, how did I stumble across this? But it does really relate to y'all's, really about just running 100-milers. I used to listen to a band back in like the 80s and 90s when I was a lot younger called Husker Du. You remember Husker Du?
I've heard of them.
You ever heard of Husker Du?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they were kind of like a indie rock band, kind of punk, and they were real popular. Well, the lead singer, his name is Bob Mould.
That's the song you sent us.
Did I send it to you guys? Okay. Yeah, it's in the show notes.
I thought his voice sounded familiar.
Okay, so Bob Mould, he also had a band called Sugar, but then he became pretty popular solo stuff. He had a song called like See a Little Light. You probably heard that. See a Little Light. It's a popular song. Well, anyway, he has a song, and this song came out several years ago called "The Descent," and it's really, really cool song. But if you listen to the words of it, it kind of talks about, going through adversity and then coming out, from the darkness into the light. And so it really, if you start talking about like, 100-mile stuff or just life in general, it really, you listen to it, it's pretty moving. And I'm usually not one that gets moved by stuff like that, but it's a really cool song. It's a kick-ass song, by the way. But I wanted to recommend that Bob Mould, The Descent, but then also I wanted to give a shout out to my sister Cindy, who I've just recently reconnected with. She's going through a pretty tough battle that, everything that we've ever had to go through pales in comparison. She's really going through a fight right now. So I wanted to dedicate the song to her as well. So, but really cool song. If you're ever thinking about doing something like 100-miler, pretty cool. So, do you guys have anything in closing?
No, I'll just say
Red Bull, Fuji, apple, and ginger. New flavor.
Looks like you're drinking an Alani.
No, Red Bull.
I bet you probably drink Alani too, don't you?
No, I'm Red Bull only.
Red Bull only. I hope they're cheaper than Alani's.
It's all about, how you buy them.
You should get sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah, this is this is a cocoa sponsor of the On Your Left.
Yeah. Anything else in closing?
Yeah, just in closing, like what I learned from the race, for me,
we just had an hour to go over all this. Go ahead.
You can accomplish a lot more with people that you care about, that care about you around you. Because like I said, I would have dropped out.
Sure.
100% would have dropped out, but my pacers, my crew didn't let me. So I'm just thankful for.
Well, shout out to David, Josh, and Hal for keeping that going.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure, yeah.
Well, guys, good luck to all y'all leading up.
Thanks for having me.
I can't wait to see what y'all do next. And you guys tune back in. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with the next guest, next episode. Episode 21 coming up next. See you guys.
Roll Tide, y'all.